The 2023 two sessions is wrapping up, and let's get to the final topic for my Huang in the two session series, the Chinese modernization. First, I want to show you a screenshot. This article was published by the New York Times a week ago. Here, the Chinese modernization is about elevating China into a technologically advanced superpower capable of standing up to Washington as a peer. Like I said in my first video, the Western media likes to gossip instead of focusing on the impacts of real policies. So, is Chinese modernization simply about becoming a superpower? If we look at the West, the Western modernization started with the Industrial Revolution. It took them more than 200 years to get to where they are today. And in that process, they went through countless wars, conquests, and colonization, which were very important elements for them in accumulating wealth and acquiring labor. Simply put, they fought for dominance and they forced others to work for their development. And they had made big mistakes. Pollution, for example, the extreme air pollution in Los Angeles, the great smog in London were both infamous for being deadly. China is an observer to all this and is trying to modernize at a different era in a different manner. This is an interconnected time where peace brings prosperity, and technological changes have provided us with more ways to avoid repeating past mistakes. So the Chinese modernization is a new path. It's unique in every sense. First of all, China has 1.4 billion people, nearly twice the amount of European population and more than 4 times America's. And China is trying to modernize in less than half the time the West took, while not tripping over where the West did. Just one very simple example here. China had only just lifted the final 98.99 million rural residents living in absolute poverty out in 2021. Getting people out of poverty is important and not an easy task. How do you keep them out of it is even more so, especially with the pandemic and the not-so-stable international environment. Following the West's modernization logic, it'd be more industries, more productions, more development at any costs. China is saying, no, that's not where we want to go. We've seen what that did to you guys. We've had similar problems here before, and we're not allowing that to happen again.
I think the other aspect that China has been very good at is basically tapping knowledge everywhere, collectively, at the education levels, at the company levels, at the professional levels. So they've been able to draw and use that knowledge globally more efficiently than most countries have.
As we see from this year's two sessions, more efforts have been channeled to boost modernization. The State Council institutional reform, the 9th one since 1982, was approved. It covers reforms in finance, technology, elderly care, intellectual property, and big data, all modern and timely. The Ministry of Science and Technology is one of the key focuses in the reform. It will be restructured to better allocate resources to overcome challenges in key and core technologies and move China faster towards self-reliance. It could serve as an anchor, propeller, and catalyst for greater modernization. This is going to be a decades-long process. Just like articles are written one word after another. The march towards modernization is done one day at a time. And that's how China will succeed, with persistence and hard work. So to the West, it's too early for gossiping about power. And to everyone watching this, I'll see you later.